Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the offensive side of the ball looking at the New York Jets playbook, and gun A slot is going to be our formation, and we're going to be looking at a great quarterback run game in this one. So quarterback power is the play we're going to come out in, but we are going to have an RPO off of that and then some pretty decent passing plays to attack these defenses. So let's come out in the quarterback power. I'm just going to match with nickel on the other end, and let's just get right into it. So let's start with the quarterback run game of it all. Of course, I do have Justin Fields in here, a little bit more athletic than old Tyrod Taylor. So here we're just going to get our guards pulling. Of course, having puller elite, having higher lead block, having great acceleration is going to be key, of course, for this scheme. Breece Hall just dumbed out right there. Probably would have had a touchdown if he would just blocked the guy that hit us first. And but that's okay. Of course, they do bring a guy down. This is where I wouldn't probably want to run this one. I probably would have ran the RPO. I see that guy come down towards the line of scrimmage. But the QB power is going to be a huge part of the run game. We are trying to get the defense out there, make them work to the right there. We do hit a nice run there, catching them off guard. And of course, we are trying to pair this with the RPO bubble. The RPO bubble is going to be a super simple one. Actually, we're going to go to it here. I see that safety, that corner out there towards the right of the down lineman, well, not down lineman, 2-point stance lineman, but you can see the corner out there, so I don't want to run right towards that. So let's go on ahead and just get into this RPO alert bubble. And this one is going to be super simple. We're trying to get the ball to A.D. Mitchell. So if we see the guy that is over top of the B icon receiver, A.D. Mitchell, if we see him come down and run towards the route there, run towards the bubble route, we do not want to throw that. We want to hand the ball off. If he does anything else, we're going to throw the ball to the bubble. There we saw him kind of run with Mitchell, so we're just going to hand the ball off. Very simple. There they have a ton of people over there to the left side of the field. So let's go back to the quarterback power. And then there you can see hitting a big run, having an athletic quarterback. You could imagine putting fast break on your quarterback, something like that. Well, you definitely want to have fast break on the quarterback. But you can see there exploiting the defense to the max. But anyway, the RPO bubble, again, looking at that guy right over A.D. Mitchell. He runs towards Mitchell. So we're just going to hand the ball off to Hall and take what we can get. See if we can throw one out here, though. Boom. Held on to it a little bit late, but we do eventually get it out. You see no one, only one-on-one blocker. The guy that was over Mitchell ends up just kind of leaving the area. Boom. We'll take that. You see the guy, again, over that slot receiver, vacates the area. Going to make our read very, very easy out of this RPO. So I really like the run game. Of course, the quarterback run game is very nice. And then you get it with this screen bubble game. Busting off some big plays, and we're just throwing the ball and running the ball right at the line of scrimmage. So with all that being said, let's get into these pass plays. Let's run posts to start this one here. And of course, all I'm going to do on this is just put A.D. Mitchell on a post route. I want to work everything from the right side of the field. You see Wilson, Mitchell, and Mason Taylor all working from left to right on their breaks, and you still have Rucker going to the flat. And then Breece Hall, a lot of the times, all these zones kind of push down the field, trying to cover the post, kind of trying to cover that corner. And they kind of forget about the running back. Like here, we're going to be able to fit one into Breece Hall. We'll take that underneath every single time if they're going to give it to us. And a lot of times that angle route from the running back is either going to take all of the attention of the user, and the user only going to be paying attention to the running back, or they're going to we're burning them with the post. We're going to be able to sneak that running back down in behind them. We should have threw the ball to the running back again right there. I was trying to work the post a little bit more, but they ended up just leaving the running back wide open underneath. So again, just setting up double posts on the outside, and there we'll take it. If they're going to run man coverage there against Breece Hall, of course that is a linebacker, so kind of take that is what it is. But either way, though, we are trying to dial up these two backside posts here. We're just going to get man coverage. Mitchell's going to turn his guy inside out. And that's Justin Fields experience right there. Justin Fields experience for sure. But whenever you do get man coverage, you do like to see it. Again, Mason Taylor running that corner route, roasting, and that is on a DB, so you do like to see that as well. And a very tough for your opponent to play leverage against this play. If they shade one way or the other, shade inside, shade outside, we have routes kind of breaking that. Here we'll kind of stop that post right where he is, get that completion. Stretching these zones down the field, you can start to see what we're doing in the pass game along. You can see it mixing alongside this run game very well. We'll hit this post one more time. See if we can't hit Garrett Wilson. Oh man, I thought he was just going to kind of get in front of the corner, but he just never did. But either way, well, guess we're running the quarterback run again, and the quarterback run would be going to the end zone right there. So you can just see the dynamics of the run game being exactly what you want to see. The quarterback run game is certainly the the center of this entire scheme, without a doubt.
Quick break here. Just want to remind you guys that if you are enjoying the video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. I think something like 75% of you guys that watch the videos regularly are not subscribed to the channel, so go on ahead and just make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you are enjoying. Then you'll be able to see whenever the newest stuff comes out. And I don't want to take away from the video for too long, so let's just get right back into it.
But back to the pass plays, X spot is going to be our next one, and we're just going to put Garrett Wilson on a streak route, trying to clear him out, clear that deep zone, and then we're trying to make that purple defender out there in a cover 3, kind of pick between if he's going to cover the corner down the field or if he's going to cover the tight end in the flat. And then you have Mason Taylor just coming across the middle of the field on on that post route there. But of course, that's what we're trying to dial up. We're trying to dial up that corner route to our slot receiver. And you can just see, I mean, if they're going to leave him wide open, playing weird leverage, probably should just dump it down to the tight end and let him go to work. But another one that I really like, there you can see, you can imagine the user vacating the entire field to go play those corner routes and whatnot, and you having a wide open receiver. And this is a good time to remind you, you want to be able to run these schemes both ways. You want to be able to run it with the 2 receivers to the left side of the field and to the right side of the field. We're just running it, of course, for simplicity's sake in these videos. Keeps it nice and simple, of course, but whenever you're actually in the game, being able to run it right, run it left, makes you all the more dangerous. But anyway, X-Spot, and of course you don't just want to be a robot and streak him every single time. Maybe you put him on put Garrett Wilson on a drag, and then that kind of throws the user off just a little bit. You can see maybe he was running with the tight end. You noticed him taking away that tight end a few different times whenever you called this play earlier in the game. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to put Garrett Wilson on a drag. Now what do? Do you fall back with the tight end? Do you play Garrett Wilson underneath? Kind of put the user in a rough situation. And then boom, you can go right back to it. There, Mason Taylor was wide open across the middle of the field in man coverage. Don't know why I tried to force it out there to the outside. But here, boom, there, we'll finally hit him. Possession catch, nice and easy. But so far, yeah, man, this is a very nice scheme. Nice pass plays along with that, again, the quarterback run game, the whole idea. Last one here will be PA read, and this is one, guys, you can just leave this completely stock, or you can go on ahead and block your tight end. Here I kind of see them putting another guy out there to the outside shoulder of the down lineman on top of Taylor, kind of putting another guy there. So we'll block Taylor up, just make it a little bit cleaner, and we'll see if we can't hit Garrett Wilson. We actually, well, he drops the ball for us. He drops the ball, but it was there. It was there to be hit. Here we'll do it again. We'll just block him up just for simplicity's sake. And of course, I mean, if they're going to give you that wide open over the middle of the field, A.D. Mitchell, we're going to be able to stretch those zones, beat the cover 2, and take advantage of it. So here again, setting it up, go and play action. And of course, we do have the running back again, just as a check down. I mean, outrunning the linebacker there, we'll take that. I don't know how much that's going to happen in Mutt, where they just have a completely slower player out there. But hey, we'll take it when it happens to us. Again, we saw the blitzer coming from out there, so we're just going to dump that to Breece Hall and make that very simple. Again, a lot of times, man, you see a blitzer coming, just throw the ball where the blitzer was. That's not always the answer, but it's the answer some of the time. And of course, this is going to be our big play. You know what we're trying to set up. Not exactly sure why he threw it like that and just didn't lead him on to the end zone, but we do get the completion. P.A. Reed, again, this is our big hitter. Here we'll kind of leave the tight end out there. And again, that's what we're trying to set up, especially if we catch him in man, catch him in zone, whatever it is. Going to be a big whatever beater. Man zone, cover 3, cover 4. Cover 4 probably does a better job of covering this than anything else, but cover 3, cover 2 even can beat sometimes once you catch it in that middle of the field there. But just really nice play. P.A. Reed trying to stretch these zones, see if we can't hit him. What a dot by Justin Fields. That's the end of the video. That's the end of the video. We're at Call More Plays. What a dot by Justin Fields. That's amazing. That's amazing. But that pretty much is all I have for you guys in this one. I hope you did enjoy. This Jets Playbook is definitely my favorite book. I love everything about it. I think we're going to be having an ebook coming out on this. I think what I'm going to do is just compile all the different schemes. I think we're going to end up having about 5 or 6 on the channel. So I'm just going to compile all of those and put them in one video, put them in one long video, and make them an ebook version of this, just to make them a little bit easier to find. And I think we're going to try to do written setups as well. That's going to kind of be the addition to it. We'll have written setups to go along with all of these plays once we get that Jets ebook all put together and all ready to roll. But I do appreciate you guys sticking around to the end here. If you did stick around, obviously you did like the video, so drop me a like on the way out. Leave me a comment, let me know what it is you want to see next here on the channel. And yeah, I think that is pretty much all I need to talk about here at the end of the video. And as always, I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching the videos here. Appreciate all the love. And yeah, hope to catch you in the next one. Later.